Did video kill the radio star? Is AI killing SEO as we know it today? I'm Jay Kozar with my co-host Kendra Morvillo, and welcome to The Spark. So Kendra, again, here we are on set. Something that I've been asked a million times, it feels like, and I know other people in the agency have been asking constantly about AI and SEO. Is AI killing SEO as we know it today? What are your thoughts on this?
It's a big topic. I think people are panicking. I hear it. When
Panic
you're saying people are asking, I'm getting asked and then I'm getting asked again in different ways. So like a week later, but yeah, I just heard this thing. And like maybe you're not really ready for it. But it's not a death sentence for SEO. SEO is still going to be a thing. I think the bigger problem is that most people don't understand what SEO is at the heart of it anyways. I
think that's fair. You know, I've heard of the definition, search engine optimization. And I think, especially over the last year, two years, that it's really become search everything. It's not just search engines anymore, but it's search voice bots, search here, search there. Why don't we start with just a fundamental understanding of what you understand people's understanding is of SEO.
Okay. All right, let me just go through the layers of that.
Understanding going on.
It's a deep, deep understanding. So I think that most people just think about it in terms of your search engine results page, right? So that number one spot on the Google search.
And from the client side, I want to be number one.
I want to be number one. How do I get number one?
You can't have number one. It's not realistic.
Yeah,
so
it's highly unlikely.
I'll pay for it then.
Right.
I want the number one spot.
So we started the organic optimization, right? So we do these technical things. We write content, we set up our websites right, we put our tags on images, and we put our meta descriptions on pages, and we do all of the things, try and check all the boxes. A lot of those are the technical items and the on-page items. Yeah, tactics, exactly. Tactical tactics.
Tactical, okay.
Correct. And they do all those things, and they still may not end up in that top spot. So you keep doing that, you keep trying, you keep competing for those spots. The search engines recognize the different factors. The algorithm changes. We've talked about that before. The rules change. We used to be able to fill a page with keywords, and then the search crawlers would be like, "Oh, well, this page is clearly about tacos. It says tacos 300 times."
Love tacos.
Obviously, it's a popular search, but they got wise, and so they changed the algorithm. Consider this like another algorithm change. It's just changing how search happens. So we evolved over time. We started to get good at organic search and how we put data in and get found by our searchers. But then not everyone could get that top spot organically. They don't have the resources for it, or they don't know what they're doing. And so then they go, I'm going to pay for it. So then we have pay-per-click.
Right. Google ads.
Yep. And so now those circumvented and took the top 3 spots, right? And you've got seconds on a page, maybe less than seconds. Before someone gets bored.
It pushed all your organic search down the page.
Right. So you're still dropping down. And then that became a very competitive marketplace. And then after that, they started to do things like the featured snippet.
Yep.
They changed it again because the search engines are trying to connect searchers with their end goal as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm a total lush when it comes to snippets. It's very rare. I was thinking about this in preparation that I go past it.
Right.
Like I'm looking for instant information. I get it. I get my answer.
Yep.
And it's very rare that I click into and go beyond unless I'm truly doing research on something.
Right.
But if I'm like, hey, I need recipes for taco night, Taco Tuesday. Imagine what those keywords.
Yep.
How competitive those are.
Yep.
AI generated answers, snippets.
Well, we haven't even gotten there yet, right?
I'm jumping the shark.
You're jumping ahead, right? Yeah. So the featured snippets, the map pack where it does the, tacos near me. We're gonna go hard on tacos on this apparently.
I love that.
Okay, tacos near me. So then you're gonna get that little map, and then you're gonna get 5 results, and those are gonna come up based on their search engine rank and their level of reviews and engagement by other users, and all of those factors keep changing. And then AI comes, and now that's gonna go
disruptor
above that.
Yeah, AI being the disruptor that it is, everyone's talking. That's why we're talking about it. Let's get back to tacos, though. So you've kind of gone through the topics of the tactics of the past and how we, as SEO, I think that's where a lot of the questions come from. Like, I've invested a lot of time into creating long-tailed keywords, right? And I've spent a lot of time creating this content and optimizing So people are worried. They're invested. I think you have a good point where the bar is always moving. You talk about the algorithm. Yeah.
It always changes.
There's no roadmap out there to say, hey, this is coming, get ready.
Absolutely. Right. And right now, this is really like the Wild West. We really don't know how this is going to change search completely yet. But what we do know that is absolutely true is it's still built on the internet. And it's all data. And to find data and sort data, you need certain keys. It's an index, let's call it. And that's what good SEO is still, will still act as that. And all of those things that you've built content in or on are still going to be important, but you need to think of it a little differently, which is actually where we've been moving the entire time we've been creating content.
Right.
It used to be the keyword stuffing, and then it was like, no, you need to be an expert. You need to share something informational, new, something that other people don't know in a way that they haven't heard before. And it's making us write more authentically human, which is the new thing that we keep talking about at work, which is EEAT.
So there's an extra E now.
There's an extra E now.
Right.
So
eat more tacos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've always had expertise, authority, and trust, or not always, but in the last like 5 years probably.
Yep.
And they recently added expertise, and that is the thing that protects us from AI overtaking us in search and content generation is the human experience. What you actually had on your tacos yesterday and how you felt about it. And
good analogy.
And it is, thanks.
You're committed.
I'm going to keep going with it.
Totally committed.
And so like building that authentic content is good for you. It's good for search. It's good for AI. AI is also looking for that real experience. It wants to be a human, essentially. And so it's trying to give the most human-like answer.
It might be able to describe and serve up great tacos, but it will never understand the deliciousness of a great taco.
For now.
That's true. That's a little scary. Okay. Moving on.
Yep.
So those are the things we see now. Other things, what about SERPs, right? How are SERPs being impacted?
So we talked about the organic results being circumvented by the paid results, being circumvented by the special features that that Google and other search engines created, like the featured snippets. And now we have the AI overview, which is still pulling from websites with good search engine optimization. So it's still tapping into that, which is why it's still valuable. The secret, though, is that it's not looking at your Google search rank, but your Bing or Microsoft search rank, which is, I assume it was probably more affordable for the LLMs to tap into and build their databases on. But so if you want to know if you're in that pot that they're likely going to pull from for those AI overviews, check out your rank on Bing.
Interesting.
That's a hot tip.
Hot tip? Hot takes?
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Yep.
Hot sauce on my taco. I'm trying to be as committed as you are.
I like it.
All right.
And then like the 0-click search. So because of all that, they're serving up that information. You just said you don't go past that. Why would you?
Right.
Most of our searches are just trying to answer a quick question. Most of the use of the internet is just something fast. And those are not your target clients anyways. They are not going to be your customers for most businesses. We do a lot of B2B, so that's a totally different animal. But most people are just searching for that quick answer. They want to know something. They're going to Google it. They're going to put it in ChatGPT search GPT.
Search GPT.
Sorry.
It's a new one.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to saying that.
Can we trademark that quickly?
Yeah, I think that's probably been done. And so they're going to get that quick answer. But when they do need that bigger piece of information, when they do need the deeper dive, it's up to you now as marketers and as business owners to make sure that when they land on your website or when they go to your website, that they have a clear path forward and that you have what they need there. It needs to be scannable. It needs to be useful. Don't bury them in content necessarily. That length of your content is no longer really the bar which we measure. Like don't do the 500-word blog post or like the 2,000-word blog post. You don't have to focus so much on that. Like make it useful, make it valuable. Throw in a couple of bullet points.
Cut to the chase.
Make it useful though. Like don't only do bullet points. You have to write authentically and naturally, and that's gonna get you the results. That's what AI is going to respond to and feed to people.
It sounds like in the SEO space that the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
It's always been trying to get to the front of the line.
It is.
By any means necessary.
Yep.
This is no different.
This is no different.
This shouldn't scare people. That people shouldn't be frantic about this.
They shouldn't.
Especially they have already put in work. That work can still be rewarded. It's how do we now take that work, take the investment of time that they've put into their sites, into their keyword strategies, and now adopt them to how Google is rewarding people now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also say one of the beautiful results of this that I think we're going to see is that I was really worried about the power of content generation with AI. I could spin out 30 blogs in 5 minutes on any topic.
Right.
And I thought
some people do. We do not recommend doing that, just to be clear.
Totally. I thought about the waterfall of just garbage content that was going to be out there and how much more noise there is out there to sort through. But what they're getting really smart at doing is identifying when something is authentic, that experience, that authenticity, which again, we've talked about.
It's becoming rarer and rarer these days.
Now but now it's going to be the thing that's valued, and that's actually going to increase the quality of the content that's out there. And I think it allows us to quit trying to play by the rules of the game and instead just express ourselves in the way that will bring the right people to us.
That is a beautiful moment. Be authentic and then understand how Google's rewarding you
but
to get to the front of the line.
And do not give up on your SEO.
Yeah, clearly do not do that.
Quit trying to quit SEO.
But then as far as best practices go, you're looking at FAQs, right? Answer questions so that they get served up.
Answer questions. Think about the questions that people ask and answer them. And actually put the question in there.
Make your content authentic, but still digestible. Okay.
And make sure that your user journey is super clear. Like when people get there, remember they have 0 time and attention. So make sure that next step, that call to action is super clear and solves the problem that they are out there trying to solve.
And that is so human, actually.
Exactly.
So coming into this, we were talking, preparing, and I wrote down a note that you said that I liked a lot, and it said, build like a human.
Yes.
We're still building like a human. Humans are still the searchers, right?
Yep.
In this use case, at least. That's a whole different conversation if we start talking about agents, AI agents looking for content. But in this scenario, on tacos, it's still humans looking for tacos.
That's right. The AI doesn't need the tacos yet.
I want a taco now, so I think this is kind of a good spot to end this, and margaritas, because can't have one without the other.
That's right.
All right. Thank you for tuning into this episode of The Spark. Please like, click, subscribe. If there's anything that you need, you know how to get a hold of us. Spark a conversation.